There are many different dirt bikes that you can buy for kids, but how do you know which one is right for you? Or what's the worst one you can buy? I want to show you the step-by-step process to finding the right dirt bike for you or your kid or grandkid so that you don't waste time and money buying the wrong one. So the first step is choosing what type of dirt bike that you want to buy. So are you or your kid brand new to dirt biking? Then you want to start out on an entry-level dirt bike that is a trail bike. It's not only more affordable, but it's easier to ride because it's lower performance. It's generally a lower seat height, so it's easier to touch the ground on. So in comparison, a bad dirt bike to start out on is a motocross bike. These have a lot more power, stiffer suspension, taller seat height. They're just harder to ride because the power is more abrupt. You gotta have more control with the clutch, and they're more expensive to start out on too. So don't start out on a motocross bike if you're brand new to riding, especially if you're buying the first dirt bike for your kid and you want them to just love this sport. Well, if they're not super motivated, then starting out on a bike that's too fast, too powerful, will really kill their motivation because it's hard to control. And if they do get out of control and like loop out or fall over because the power is hard to control, then they're not going to want to continue riding. So that's why you want to start out on a smaller, less powerful dirt bike that's easy to ride, and then you can gradually work your way up to a bigger or more powerful dirt bike. So next you want to choose what size you need. There's a lot of different sizes, and this can be engine size or the actual physical size of the dirt bike, so basically the seat height. And the engine sizes range anywhere from 50cc up to 250cc for kids or teenager dirt bikes. And then the seat heights, they range from 18 inches all the way up to 35 inches or so. So if you're looking for the smallest dirt bike, then you want to start out on a 50cc. And the Yamaha PW50 is the absolute smallest gas dirt bike that you can buy. It has by far the lowest seat height, it's the easiest to ride, and even the throttle is adjustable so you can limit the speed and the power it puts out. Or if you want something even smaller than that, then I recommend going with an electric balance bike because they're a lot lighter, they're even lower to the ground, easier to control, and they teach your kid balance, which is extremely important for riding a dirt bike. Next up, you got the 50cc 4-stroke. So this would be the CRF 50, the Yamaha TTR 50, or the Suzuki DRZ 50. They're all about the same size, pretty much all the same specs, except the Honda doesn't have electric start. And that's a good size bike for like 4 to 7-year-olds depending on your height. The next step up is a 110cc dirt bike. This would be like the CRF 110, the TTR, or the KLX 110. All the standard models have no clutch, so they're basically a 4-speed transmission. They all have e-start, and the Honda has fuel injection, but the others have carburetors. And this is a good sized dirt bike for 6 to 11-year-old depending on your seat height. So if you're in like the 4 foot to 4 foot 6 inch height range, give or take, because it depends on your inseam. And then Kawasaki also has the KLX 110L, or the RL, the large wheel. That's a little bit taller, a little more suspension, and it has a manual clutch if you want a clutch. Moving up to the 125cc, you got the Honda CRF 125, the Yamaha TTR 125, and then I'll also include the Kawasaki KLX 140 because it's the closest, it's most comparable to the 125s. This is an amazing beginner dirt bike for teens, young adults, females, any adult that has short legs. Depending on whether you get the big wheel or the small wheel, it's a good size if you're in like the 4'8" to 5'4" inch tall height range. Then moving up to the 230 to 250cc trail bikes for beginners, you got the Yamaha TTR 230 and the Kawasaki KLX 230R. Those are really good entry-level bikes for teenagers, young adults. Obviously, if you're a taller kid, so you want to be probably at least 5'4", and they're definitely heavier than the 125. So if weight is a concern and you still fit on a 125, you might want to stick with that. But if you can handle a little bit more weight, the 230 or 250 is a good bike, along with the CRF 250F. That's included in the 230 class. So moving to the motocross bikes, you got the 50cc. There's a couple different sizes from KTM, Husqvarna, Cobra. These are race bikes, not good for starting on. Then you got the 65s from all the different brands. This is better for like the 7 to 11-year-olds, depending on the motocross classes that you have and your height. And then you got the 85s, which are good for like 9 to 16-year-olds, and there's two different wheel sizes for that. So they get different seat height, a little for suspension on the big wheels. And then Honda has the CRF 150R, which is the 150 4-stroke motocross bike, which competes in the big wheel 85 Super Mini class. And then last but not least, what is your budget? If you can't afford a new dirt bike, that's okay. There's a ton of used dirt bikes available, and if you know what you're looking for, a lot of them can be very reliable for a fraction of the price. So if your budget is in the $3,000 to $5,000 range, you can buy a brand new dirt bike for kids. But if it's more like the $1,000 to $2,000 range, then you'll definitely want to be looking for a used bike. And the entry-level trail bikes that have an air-cooled engine tend to be more reliable. Main things are just changing the oil and checking the air filter. And if you want a list of the top 10 cheap dirt bikes, I got a free checklist. You can download that. Just click the link in the description below. I'm Kelly Fager, and I just want to help you become a better, safer rider for many years to come. If you started out on a kid's dirt bike, let me know which model it was in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you.